If you're like most Americans, many of us are in debt, but not all debt is bad. Joining us now to explain is Michael Roussel Jr., Marketing Manager for Xplore Federal Credit Union. Now, Michael, today you're teaching us about how to manage our debt.
Yes, and hopefully I can give a couple of lessons and get a couple more people over to Xplore and figure out how it works.
Sure. So is there a difference between good debt and bad debt?
There is. Good debt is debt that actually helps you maintain and potentially increase your credit score. Bad debt does the opposite. It reduces your credit score and it reduces the likelihood that you could actually get other loans or buy other products.
And where's the fine line between the two?
It depends on, that's a big question. It depends on where you're at. Like if you have a lot of credit card debt, but you don't necessarily have like mortgages or auto loans or something like that to combat that debt, then you're kind of on the bad side of it. But if you do have like a mortgage and an auto loan and credit cards, but not necessarily a lot of debt on those cards, that could potentially help you build your score as you go forward. So the goal is to keep the revolving debt or credit cards at a low balance.
Sure, keep it in check, so
yes,
to speak,
pretty
right?
much.
Okay. So what are a few options to get rid of or control your debt?
Well, there's a lot of options to do that. Number one, the first thing you have to do is acknowledge that you do have debt,
right.
and what to do with it. Like, okay, some of us have debt as a mortgage or personal loans or for whatever reason, but they also have a lot of credit card debt. That's usually the major problem that most Americans have. After you've acknowledged that debt, then you have to figure out, okay, am I living within my means?
Right.
Do I make enough money to pay for this?
Do I need an extra pair of Manolo Blahniks, or do I need to feed myself? Right.
Exactly.
Priorities.
And a lot of times, people just think that I make $2,000 in a week. I can spend $2,000. It's not necessarily how it works because you have to consider everything. Rent is $1,000. An auto loan is $500 with insurance. Then you have gas and other bills and food and you have to go out and party, So you have to consider all of these things when you're making a budget and considering what it is that you have in debt. Now, if you're not able to come up with a positive number at the end, then that means that you need to reevaluate how you're spending your money and putting it in the right places to take care of any debt that you have.
Sure. So it starts with budgeting, right? And being
Definitely.
honest.
Yes, definitely being honest. That's number one. If you can't be honest with yourself about what it is that you're making versus what you're putting out, we can't help you.
Sure.
But if you are serious about it and you want to control your debt and potentially get to a position where you're making money, then Xplore can help you.
Okay, and so what are some ways that Xplore helps with debt consolidation?
Well, we have two things that we like to push people towards, unsecured debt or personal loans, or if you own your home equity loans. Those two products generally tend to be able to help people take all of the debt that they have, put it together, give them a small payment, and allow them to continue to, live their lives.
Sure.
Another thing too is that when you do those types of things like personal loans or home equity loans, they clear up the debt that you have on your credit cards. It could put you into a problem because you can still use those cards now, but you have to consider the fact that you still have this debt that you have to pay with the cards. Now
right.
The cards can be used for emergency purposes with zero balances as opposed to,
But that's an emergency
yes,
only.
Emergency
right?
only. Emergency
sure.
only. We do help with the credit card debt, but the goal is to get you out of debt and keep you in good debt.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. And then what other products does Xplore offer its members?
Our members, we have something that we have called a no credit check loan, where we don't necessarily check your credit. Certain restrictions do apply. We allow our members to skip payments certain times throughout the course of the year. Sometimes we do specials with that. We do offer all kinds of refinance products, like if you needed to pull money out of your car. You may have a car that's newer, but you have a lot of equity in it. We can pull that money out to help you take care of your debt. We have several different products.
Okay, and how else can Xplore help someone trying to fix their credit? It's very individualized, right?
Yes. Well, first, in order to fix credit, we have to know what it is. We would pull the credit bureau. We would check your credit to see what it is that's good debt and bad debt. We would sit down and have a nice consultation and just explain to you where you are and where you could be if you follow these guidelines. And we have a very professional staff that can help you get to where you need to be.
Wonderful. And so don't be intimidated, right? I mean,
No,
sometimes you have to face the reality of your
That's the
debt.
biggest thing, is just acknowledging the fact that there is a problem and you want to fix it. And if you can do that, we can take you to the next step to get you where you want to be, whether it be in a new home, a new car, or you just want to be debt-free.
Sure.
That's what we do.
Wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add?
That is all. I mean, like I said, if anybody needs anything, you know how to find us.
Wonderful. All right, Michael, thanks for being here
Thank
today.
you very much.
Xplore Federal Credit Union does have an exclusive deal for our Great Day viewers this morning. Mention you saw this segment and get closing costs as low as $395 for first and second mortgages. Make sure you act fast. And to learn more, you can head to xplorefcu.com. That's with an X, or call 504-728-4853. Their address, 5500 Veterans Boulevard.